From America to Australia and everywhere in between, we bring you inspiring, informative interviews with accomplished South Asian diaspora spanning every field and walk of life. Welcome to the Desi Buzz Talk Show with your host, Dr. Shabana Parvez. Welcome back to the show. My guest today is Miss Ayesha Shamim. She's joining me from the UK. Ayesha is a proud British Muslim immigrant of Indian origin. She has been always an advocate for the frail, for the elderly. She's been trying to help everybody to the best of her ability. Professionally, she was a financial advisor as well, with 25 years of banking and finance experience working with HSBC, Barclays, and Santander. She's also been a local community helper. She has gone through her own journey of cancer, domestic abuse, and because of not being able to find the resources, this actually stimulated her to run for election. And she actually was a nominated candidate in the recent elections on May 7th in the Reform UK Party in Leeds, for the Leeds district area. In addition, she's been nominated for community awards. She also helps people living with long-term illness and the elderly to recover and cope with long-term illness through her CIC, or her company, her LLC, called D Dance Theatre, which helps people to recover through Bollywood dancing, of all things. And on top of that, she is a polyglot, speaking Bengali, Hindi, Urdu, and obviously English. So welcome, Ayesha. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about, I guess, just whatever you might want to add to introduce yourself to our audience, and a little bit about your roots and your upbringing in the UK.
Yeah, that was a lot of introduction. Yes, I mean, coincidentally, yes, I came to UK 26 years ago, and we belong to a good family. Me and my husband, we sort of ran away from India to start our lives. So I'm a converted Muslim. So, and arrived in UK and joined the banking system. Life took its turn. It was very new for us because we were very well established in our home country in India, but to just leave everything abruptly and come away was quite a adventure, I would say, and it's not for everybody. Let me point out. So I had to start from the beginning. I joined banking. Fortunately, unfortunately, got diagnosed with cancer in 2008, and I was given 8 months to live. I've done 16 years now, so thank God. And coincidentally, it turned out that the place where we landed, which is Leeds, it's in North UK. It's also the research center, international research center for breast cancer. So I was one of the youngest women who had got diagnosed. So I got all the best treatments. I'm still here to tell the tale after 16 surgeries. But yes, along the way, I learned a lot. I came to a new country. It was quite a shock to know when I got cancer. Although I worked in a very senior banking post, I did not have any insurances or any protection, which got me thinking about my next role, that if I live, I want to tell the tale and help other immigrants who come to UK and to know about the system better. So that is how I started my journey of being a financial advisor. And by God's grace, I also have a child. I was told I'll never have a child. There was a rule in UK where women with my kind of cancer were not allowed to have children because, yes, it's hormone receptive cancer. Right. So basically, if you have a child, you stake your life. So I found a way. I always like challenges. So between India and UK, we did a program. And I am the mother of a very proud 14-year-old now.
That's great.
So
some of your pictures are beautiful. Very nice.
Yeah, I had to change a bill in the parliament, but it was all in the stride. Lots of things happened, and as you said, yes, I mean, so I could go on about lots of things, but that's all these things, it taught me a lot, basically.
Yeah, it's amazing. How old were you when you came to the UK?
So when I landed in UK, I was 28 years old. Okay. I left behind a very good career and I had to restart again from here. And when I got diagnosed with my cancer, I was 33. So, and it was the year when UK launched the Young Women with Cancer program. So I was one of the fortunate ones. And it's not just about living with a long-term illness, it's also about the treatments of cancer were quite vigorous, which has left its mark. That's why we class ourselves as people living with long-term illness.
Mm-hmm.
And as life goes on, normally also, women, I think, have more of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I did not have a good marriage, so I had to separate, along with looking after my son as a single parent, along with making up with my parents in India because suddenly I needed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yes, not to learn. It's very difficult to migrate to a country
Mm-hmm.
and then face adversities,
Right.
especially because I was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started my community interest company called D Dance Theatre CIC. I always loved Bollywood.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to have many cinema halls in India, so I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in that. So I just thought, it would be something unique. And I introduced Bollywood dancing with health and well-being, mostly for 50 plus women. The reason being, most of the cancer survivors, the people who got cancer, were actually older,
Mm-hmm.
and the illnesses and the side effects I was experiencing was basically always connected to older people. So I
Right.
got along very well with older people, but it
Mm-hmm.
turned out very well.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sick, there was nobody to take me to the hospitals, to my appointments. So the elderly ladies, the retired ladies of the village, they used to take turn,
Yeah.
taking me. That's how I became friends with the retired people.
Oh, that's great.
And
Yeah.
mhm.
This,
I've always tried to do something different,
mm-hmm. Yeah, and so
but
obviously the dancing is good for health because it's physical activity, it's movement, it
yes,
helps release endorphins
yes,
and gets you into
yes,
more of a healing mode.
yes,
And in the community, there's a all uh, medical benefit also from being in community and
absolutely.
smiling and laughing. So it's all very
Yes,
good. Uh-huh. Now let's you are also, I guess you mentioned your river because most people know you as Aisha Shamim, but you're also Keertika Das. Is this like a
yes,
different persona, or
yes.
what's the story between the two people, two identities?
No, it was a bit of a Bollywood story.
Ah.
So I was well known as Keertika. I had my own program in India, in Delhi. I had my PR company and doing quite well and in my own scope, in my world. And my ex,
Mhm.
he was doing well too, but we were having difficulty getting married because at that point, it is just if a family creates problem, there is a problem. It was a Hindu-Muslim problem.
Mhm.
So I just got very inspired by Bollywood thing, and I just decided, I've converted. Let me get a new name and go to a new country. So
Uh-huh.
that is how I changed my name from Keertika to Ayesha Shamim. I
Oh,
thought that yes,
it's
yes, that's
interesting.
what
It's like a new beginning and a new country and a new life.
exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, Tariq's dad was quite well known
Mm-hmm.
in the ministry in India. Quite, we were from very well off families, both of us. But the more you're well known, it's difficult to hide, and we were sort of
Right.
running away. Remember?
Yes,
So,
yeah. So you
it,
actually almost had to elope, huh? Yeah, amazing.
yes, yes,
Okay.
that's how I got my new name. And but it was very nice. I was very warmly welcomed by the Muslim community in UK, which was very surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But where I settled in Leeds, we have a very big Muslim community,
Mm-hmm.
and we all work together. Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, Indians, and it's very strange because in 2000 when I came from India, we were at war with Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very interesting to. So everywhere there was a compromise, but
Mm-hmm.
it made me it taught me a lot.
Yeah, well, that is.
So recently, why I joined politics,
Mm-hmm.
that was a bit of a again a turning what I try to do in my life, because I think God is great and I have lived to tell the tale. So I'm very grateful always, and I try to look, if there is an obstacle, I always try to look some other way, in a positive way. So I had a bad divorce in the last 2 years and a child custody battle with Daniel. And unfortunately, I just bought a house across the street from my ex, which is a very bad idea. Please, I don't
Don't
advise
recommend
it
it,
to
huh?
anybody. Yeah, if you're separating, please,
Separate.
keep a distance. Yes. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I just thought maybe my child can get both the parents. It didn't work very well. But I felt very let down by the local government, local council, because England, as you know, is a benefit state. So if you're ill, the benefit system kicks in and it's very supportive. But unfortunately, if you don't know, you get the wrong side of the stick. That is what led me. Then I thought, women are not really given the correct rights. Even after so many years, we still have to fight an extra battle, whether it is for our own self, for our jobs, for our children. Everything is a battle. So, and I thought I was not treated fairly, which led me into the world of politics.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that, maybe I started work.
Help change the system to
Yes,
benefit other
yes,
people,
yeah,
even if you couldn't have
yeah,
gotten the benefit at the time. That's great.
yes.
Now you're now
So
in the yeah, and in the UK, you were in the financial services, and again, was it
yes, I
what was that
I worked
inspiration for
for.
banking and finance? Because it's 24 years of work there. There.
Yes, yes. So I did work, in many varied roles, but yes, right now, presently, I hold a license of a financial advisor, which is, quite proud of it. Unfortunately, you have to be practicing it, but due to my circumstances, I took a break
Mm-hmm.
to join politics
Mm,
because both of them couldn't be done
right.
together.
Okay.
So, and along with my son as a single mother,
Mm-hmm.
so we went to the elections on 7th May.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very eye opening, very interesting.
Yeah, very like
And
you learn a
yeah,
lot through that process, don't you?
absolutely. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we must have knocked 400 doors, 400 to 1,000 doors between me and my son. And I want to make a change because I've got a lot of knowledge of finance. So I wanted to bring in new businesses. And Reform was one of the parties which gave me the opportunity to
Mm-hmm.
do so. So they were very enterprising with new people,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to hear your ideas. And if you're able to uh, win or make an impression, they'll give you the opportunity.
Right.
That is the reason I went with Reform.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on a councillor level, and councillors are basically the people who represent the people in a very local government.
Yeah, very
So
local.
not like an MP or the prime
Mm-hmm.
minister.
Mm-hmm.
We're not changing laws,
Right.
but we're making a
But you have
difference
to
in the
start
very
somewhere,
basic.
right? You have to start somewhere
Yes,
and try, and then you can, yeah.
yes.
So as you look back on that, on the professional journey that you've had, what are some of the biggest other lessons that you'd say that you've had from working in corporate and banking?
I mean, I did lots of different varied jobs.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned was like wherever you are in Rome, do as Romans do.
Mm-hmm.
When I came, I was very focused on my career, being an Indian origin person. I mean, we are all very highly educated. I think we carry the burden of education because we come from India, and we're very focused on career. But I would say the one of the biggest learning which I learned, even though I was one of the in a very senior role, but when I got ill, because I did not follow the process, I did not know what were the what the laws endured, what are the support you get. I did not know about them, so I suffered. If
Mm-hmm.
I was already here as a citizen, maybe I would have known. But now, looking at everybody, it's an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only about doing well; it is also about knowing how to do well,
Mm-hmm.
so that if something goes wrong, you're able to protect yourself.
That's right.
And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
What other
sorry, God.
motivations? What other motivations were made you go into the public life and the politics?
My son.
Your son. Oh,
So,
okay.
yes,
Tell us about
I mean, I brought him up single handedly, and out of the blue, after my divorce, my ex just decided to have a custody. So it was very sudden, and he accused me of many things. And it was strange because the social services are quite strong in UK. So without any investigation, they just decided on the spur of the moment, oh yes, maybe for the time being, what my ex said is right, and he took the child away. It was like because my house was not deemed safe. So that shocked me a lot, that being so highly educated, being so strong financially, and have the knowledge also, social service could just come into my house and take my son away. So
Wow,
that really, really shocked me,
yeah,
and
eye-opening.
yeah, and taught me to be aware, to know about your rights in the country. That was again a different. I was so busy looking after my health, so busy looking after bringing up my child. I didn't realize when he grew up, and he was 13. So, and he just wanted a tongue piercing, and I refused to give him a tongue piercing. So he goes to dad, had a tongue piercing, and just walked away, just like that. So it was a hard lesson, because we mothers think that we sort of, I was very dependent on my child. He did my medications, he looked after me, I looked after him, we both grew up together. So it was a shock. Then I went to other women's meetings to cope, and there I learned that actually, if he had grown up, even if he went to uni, he would have walked away like this, and there would be a bit of a shock to the system. So that taught me a lot, that you could be frail, you could get it. It was so upsetting that nothing could substantiate for that. Right. And I had to sell off my house to go to court. But end of the day, then I realized that he has grown up and he's got a voice of his own. He can also, he can choose. So we have 50-50 custody. So I took it to court. I fought in the court. I got my child back. But we hold 50-50 custody now. And it has given me a little bit more time to look after myself and to look at other adventures and to help and support women.
Right, that is quite a learning experience.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I think now I found out that there are many women, when children leave home, they have this empty nest syndrome. Yes. Which I got a bit earlier, but it's quite shocking. I mean, you just think about it. We are devoting our lives to our children. Yeah. And then suddenly these things happen. So I got yes, the vacuum. So I experienced it earlier. He's back now because we have 50-50 custody. So he just flows freely. Yeah. Time is a great healer. Yeah. So let's go back to your campaign now. So because of that was one of the motivations, and then you went into, your campaign focusing on antisocial behavior issues, roads, housing, adult social care, and fair council taxes. Which of all of those, which are all great issues, which of them do you think needs the most urgent attention today? For me, it is adult social care. I think it's very hard because I was young, and even to get the correct support, it took me a long time. It took me, 11 years to know the system to get any sort of help. And the adult social care right now, I think in UK needs to be looked into, needs to be hurried up. It has become so much digital and so much robotic. It's becoming very hard, especially for the elderly people, to access their rights. So as we grow older in UK, it's very different from US, of course, because after the age of 65, you trigger off quite a few support systems. Unfortunately, the way the country's been run now, there are many reasons, but that is one of my passion to make sure, because if we can't respect and help our elderly, we are not preparing ourselves for our own futures. It's bleak. Yeah, that's true. So preparing for the future then, and tying in your prior financial background, what do you think, how do you think economic policies directly influence ordinary families and local communities? That's interesting. I recently, 2 weeks ago, I attended a meet which was done by Bank of England. So Bank of England is the head of finance in UK, and they organized a meeting with local people and asking them very basic questions like, "What do you think are you experiencing now in presently in the country?" And everybody had the same thing to say: inflation.
Mm-hmm.
It's so high. Things are so pricey right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gone a bit out of control.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the government. It might be, how the economy is going right now. But that is one of the major challenges faced by UK. Prices are flying high, and in that meeting, everybody was talking about the same thing: that how difficult it is now to go and buy things and be able to afford it.
Right. Yeah,
So
so
affordability.
affordability definitely is an issue. And
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I know you're starting now with trying to get into the local levels, but you have mentioned that in the future you would be willing or interested in growing within the Reform UK Party and maybe even
Yes,
try to get
I
cabinet
have put
level or
my
parliamentary
yes,
positions.
I
What
have.
kind of leader would you hope to become if you get, that higher level?
Reform had a very interesting project where they sent off an email to quite all the professionals who were the members to ask, "Would you like to stand as an MP or a cabinet minister?" I
Mm-hmm.
put my I have put my name forward for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as a leader, if I do get the opportunity, I know what I want to do. I have faced things myself, and I would bring the knowledge of my finance to the table. And politics is a very hard game, but the good thing is, because we have experienced it, we are professionals working in the community right now. And when we become leaders, that is what reform looks towards us. When they look towards us, this is what they say: that bring what you learn to the table.
Right.
So
Right.
I think I'll be a very compassionate leader. I would love to talk to local businesses, empower them. And whatever said and done, UK is a country of immigrants. We can't just shut our doors and
Right.
tell goodbye and leave. It doesn't
Right.
work like that.
Right. Yeah. And you mentioned compassion. Working with
Hmm.
vulnerable populations like the
Yes,
elderly, does
yes,
require a lot of compassion and patience. And so
absolutely.
that experience with you working through your organization,
Yes,
especially what has that experience taught you about leadership and humanity?
a lot. Because, as I said before, the basic problem which UK faces right now is also about elderly parents. It
Mm-hmm.
was mostly people are one child, two child, and they're going away from the country, leaving the parents
Mm-hmm.
out here in the care of the system.
Mm-hmm.
So, and which is in a very, it's not like we're not in a very good place, let me put it that way,
Mm-hmm.
because of the changes. And I don't know if you noticed, in politics, things are so volatile right now.
Right, right.
And even in just to give you an example, in the local elections, suddenly Reform has won
Mm-hmm.
1,400 seats out of 2,000. So from a
Wow.
non-party, to it's got a face now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's everybody is looking at us, and fortunately, I am getting an opportunity to stand again
Well, that's
in a
great.
yes.
Okay.
So this
So
time, instead of 1 month, because we were just given 1 month to prepare.
mm-hmm.
So fortunately, this time I have learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be given about 7 months to
Okay.
prepare for the next
For the
May,
next election. Okay, very
next elections.
okay, very
Yes,
good. And so this uh talking a little bit about, let's go back to talk about the your theater, your D Dance Theater. Tell us
yes,
a little bit about the mission, really, that the people
yes.
it serves a little
So
bit more, and and how
So
you manage it.
CIC is the full form is Community Interest Company.
Mm-hmm.
So community interest company is something in between a charity and a business. So how it works is we apply for funding, and my charity, my community interest company, is focused on the problems which I have faced, not because I have faced it, because it can happen to anybody. So as we support, as a CIC, we support people with long-term illnesses. And I was told, when I got cancer and I was working, I was told to go to these classes, mental health and well-being classes, which were very far off or which was just not reachable. That is when I decided to launch it in my own village. It was a white village, and to launch Bollywood music in a white village was very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it started, and we got a girl. She was a dance teacher. I can't do Bollywood. I can just, I love listening to it and I can participate as a participant, but I'm not a teacher. So I recruited one of the Bollywood very enterprising young woman called Chiragi. So she started off the classes. We used to go to care homes. We used to go to the local, just any meetings and just barge in and do a presentation of Bollywood dancing with health and well-being. And we targeted the elderly people because long-term illness, it can be either it started at a young age, we all have to become older. So that's how it started. It started with 5 ladies and then it grew to about 70. So now there are 2 classes going on in one of the villages and I'm planning to extend it to my area where I'm standing also, because it becomes easier to work in the same place. Plus, and CIC is it's a very good way to even give employment to other people if they want to be a part as a director, if they want to be part as a project coordinator. For example, if somebody or you wanted to be a part of it, you had an idea which you wanted to implement, which would help the elderly or which would help the people with long-term illness, anything. Could be teaching drawing or you want to teach yoga. So you can get that opportunity through my CIC. You can come, you can apply.
Expand
yes.
More than dancing. That's good. So
yes. It's not focused on dancing only.
Right. So it's actually that you're doing a little bit more of like the drawing or the craft. So it's really more activities that are like say I could hear a senior center would be something like, where there's community, there's somebody else and you do activities with them and they're like in your similar age or similar situation. Okay. That's really good.
I've got one of the women who wants to come and do yoga, wants to do some yoga things. So yes, she can apply for funding through the CIC. Because you need a CIC to be able to access the fundings in the community. So that's how it works. So I've got lots of plans and ideas. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're implementing some of them. It's all.
Yes.
Now your surviving breast cancer is really, really an amazing and powerful, experience, and obviously it was life changing. That experience, did that reshape your perspective on your life and your purpose?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I can't even tell you that maybe it's very bad that I got cancer. But the good side I sometimes think is it taught me to look at life very differently. Very differently. It totally changed me in a very young age to have lots of respect for life. And how important it is for a woman to look after themselves instead of focusing on the other person or your partner or your child. If you are not able to look after yourself, you will never be able to look after anybody.
Right, because you won't be else to take care of others if you don't.
Exactly. You have to for women, I think, in a way, been a financial advisor also. I'm very passionate about helping women and understanding it that we are different. Unfortunately, fortunately, from men, we are a different species, stronger, much braver, but very vulnerable.
And so, going on from that point, we're talking about the domestic abuse and the custody issues that you've gone through, and many women have similar stories. What message would you like to give women who are silently facing struggles like you have been going through?
No, I mean, I'm very surprised at myself on this topic. I've not really spoken to anybody about it, but now that you've asked, I'll tell you, I'm shocked at myself that I could endure abusive relationship and not acknowledge it for, I'm ashamed to say, like 20 plus years. And however strong you are, wherever you are in the world, you might be the prime minister or anybody, domestic abuse, anybody can be susceptible to it. It's very, very important to acknowledge that there is a problem. It's very important that time to build up, either if you have a good family, very good opportunity to build ties with them, or if a family is not very compliant, please find yourself friends and seek help.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to address it. Just
Mm-hmm.
shutting your eyes that it'll go away, it doesn't go away.
Right. And
It's
then you
just
were trying to
when
support. Uh-huh. Go ahead. Finish that.
I look back, I'm very surprised, and I'm thinking about myself. I just don't know what I did. Sometimes I think, what was I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Giving up everything with a dedication. But
Mm-hmm.
that is where I think cancer stepped in and gave me a bit of a slap. But
Mm-hmm.
more of it came when I had my son. I realized that it is actually an abuse. It's not targeted at my son and nobody. It is towards me. I need to acknowledge and I need to save myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's coming to save me.
Right. Yeah. And so,
So,
like you mentioned, that you were feeling failed by certain systems, society,
yes,
whatever support systems were
yes,
there or accessible or not to you during some of these difficult periods of time. Right.
yes,
And so, what is that what motivated you to to try to advocate for more compassion and efficient
yes.
systems for other
Because
people going through this?
because strangely, if I had accepted that I had abusive marriage before,
Mm-hmm.
then I would be a part of different system to be protected.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was not accepting it, I just moved across the road. I bought a house across the road from the abuser. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stand up for yourself, because I didn't do those things. The box was not ticked properly. So when the child custody happened, it did not fall in the line of, oh, she's been abused, we need to support her. Well, she did not say that she'd be abused. She did not come and say that there was a domestic abuse going on,
Mm-hmm.
which I did not realize myself fully till it came on my child,
Mm-hmm.
because the abuse can be transferred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a
So
lot of
now I
people
know
don't know
lots
that
of
either.
things.
Yes,
It
a lot of
it took a
learning.
lot out of me to pick
Mm-hmm.
up the phone and call up the domestic abuse helpline,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So
with this, I mean, it's all this adversity, and many people in situations like this might lose hope or lose confidence. What is it that kept you kind of going through and just kept moving forward during all these challenging moments?
mostly the scare of always anytime dying.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the cancer is still not a treatable disease.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get it, people don't talk much about it. But secondary cancer, what means it has got a chance of coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and secondary cancer actually is not treatable.
Mm-hmm.
So things are changing very fast in the society and in medicines now. But nobody talks about the secondary cancer. Now we all live in a fear of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the fear of something, or your life ending very soon, do something now, I think also it might either motivate you or pull you down.
Mm-hmm. So you choose to
But
use that as motivation and not be held back,
yes,
and because you think
like,
whatever life you have, however long or short it is, you
yeah,
want to make it impactful and make a difference.
yes,
So that
yes,
keeps you motivated.
yes. I'll give you a simple one more. I mean, I'm funny about it, but one day I woke up and my teeth bones cracked,
Oh,
and my teeth fell off. 6 of them.
mm,
So
wow.
that was a reaction to one of the cancer medication with long-term
Mm,
treatment. People don't know about these things. They think, oh, she had cancer, she survived, great. Well, no, we are on lots of medications, lots of things happen. So my teeth just fell off, and I'm so obsessed with, I wanted to be looking good, and I need to be nice. At least that is one of the things I think I've taken up from the movies,
mm-hmm,
Bollywood movies.
mm-hmm.
So, and the music and the spirit of it.
Right.
And I've learned of my mother. My mom is very, very brave and outgoing woman.
Mm-hmm,
She's always stood by me. So, and to have the journey of getting the teeth back, to have that focus. So I just take up these
it's like
projects.
one challenge at a time and getting
So
through it, and
yes,
yeah,
getting through
so
them
good.
and giving myself a pat on the back, maybe that here. So these are the teeth which I've just got after 2 years of growing between UK and
Right.
India.
Wow.
So
So how do you relax? I mean, how do you relax? How do you recharge, unwind? How do you, support
you
your
know,
health otherwise, outside of
I
politics, social
love
life?
I love to watch movies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a very social person. I never say no to a cup of tea,
Mm-hmm.
as in UK we say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always happy to talk to people, and it's very surprising that being standing for elections has actually made me quite well known because we were knocking on doors. We were legally allowed to knock on anybody's doors because we represented the government for 1 month. It was quite exciting.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So,
there's a
and
lot of people
you
that
could
way
walk
here.
into any business,
Yeah.
yes, and you could actually tell them that if I'm elected, I will make these changes. So it makes you feel very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But I've made lots of friends. I've come known lots of people, and as I get back into my work mode, the job of a counselor, if you become a counselor, if I won the election and became a counselor, you still have to have a full-time job. A counselor job is like a part-time complementary
Mm-hmm.
job. So I did it full on, because I mean, I don't have that much energy level. I can only do little bit because of my health and
Mm-hmm.
my health condition.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, so I took it up as, so now I have made so many people as friends, and I know so many of them, and I go and talk to them, because remember, I'm standing again, so I'm not giving it up.
Right. Okay. That's great. Let's do some quick rapid fire questions, and you just have to fire off the first answer that comes to your mind. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Bollywood or British drama?
Oh, Bollywood. Any day.
Yeah. What's your favorite travel destination?
Greece.
Oh, cool. One word that can define your personality.
Spirited.
A leader that you admire the most?
Nigel, for now. Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Farage.
Mm-hmm. And your favorite comfort food?
Oh, God. Food is something I love. A chicken curry any day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So now let's talk like as we're kind of closing up community-wide issues. You're a British South Asian woman. You're trying to, you've got finance, politics, advocacy, community
Yes.
leadership, and obviously even entrepreneurship a little bit. What does representation mean to you?
As a woman,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
representation.
think, yes, I think it's very important
Mm-hmm.
to say, or to do what you feel. If you want to make a change, be the change.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe in.
Yeah.
And nothing, I mean, I love challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, representation means you have to believe in it. If you want to make a change, whatever it is, a small or a big change,
Mm-hmm.
do it. Don't wait. I mean, just do it.
That's
Just
good.
put it into action, and just go for
Like
it.
the Nike. Yeah. So in closing, then, what message would you like to share? Just probably similar to what you said, though, to young women, immigrants, survivors of abuse, and aspiring leaders around the world who might look at your journey and, for inspiration. What's any final message? You kind of said it already, I think, but is there anything else?
Yes, my dad used to say a very simple thing, very simple line: where there is a will, there is a way.
Yes, well, that's true. Yeah.
That's how I say it.
If you really want
If you
something bad
believe
enough,
it,
you will find a way.
yes,
If you want to make a
and
change.
get it, go for it, and you will get it. There's nothing to
Simple,
stop you.
simply said. That's great.
Yes.
Uh-huh. That's right. Do you say I usually ask all of my interviews this as well, do you think, is there a secret to your success? What's the secret to your success, or secret sauce for your where, um, the success you've
I
had in
think
your life?
I think it's my you have to have a role model. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it's my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She's been such a strong person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's amazing. We haven't spoken anything about her. But if I want something next to God, it's my mom I think about. And she gives me a lot of strength
That's great.
to go on.
Very good. Very good. All right. So excellent. And how do you have a health and wellness routine that you do to maintain? I mean, you said relax, and you relax by watching movies. Is there like a wellness other than
Yes.
exercise or yoga or anything else that you do?
Happiness. It's very
Happiness.
simple. Do
Yeah.
something which makes you happy, even if it is eating something,
Yeah.
which you like.
Hmm.
I'm quite a foodie, so I thought about food first
Yes, of
moment.
course.
But yes, happiness. Keep just any little thing which makes you happy, whether it's a comedy movie, or it's a person who makes you happy,
Right,
or
right.
if it's a
Somebody.
food,
Hmm.
go for it.
That's good. That's clearly you've survived a lot of odds, and it's that you can see that motivation, things that keep you going. That is very
Yes.
inspiring. Thank you so much for coming on to talk to us, and wish you luck in
Thank
the
you
next
too.
election.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Parvez. It was lovely talking to you too.
Nice.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.